Hi everyone, name's Aaron Albers here. I'm a big supporter of Brightline Tri-Rail. I live here in South Florida, in West Palm Beach, and this week we saw Brightline unveil their Orlando station, and I'm pretty excited about it. I'm looking forward to going up to Orlando and taking Brightline up there with my family because of the theme parks. We're huge Disney and Universal fans, so we like going to the theme parks and stuff, but there's a lot of confusion here about what's going to be happening, and I see a lot of people on Brightline on social media, talking about, oh, we're not going to take the train, it's too expensive, it's cheaper to drive and all that. Well, I'm going to put this in an economical sense for a lot of you. So during the unveiling, the president of Brightline, Patrick Goddard, stated that for a one-way ticket from Orlando to Miami will be about $79 for Smart and about $99 for premium, the upgraded version, like first class. And yes, it is expensive, don't get me wrong, but I'm going to show you how it's actually more beneficial to take the train. And it's $199 for a family 4-pack for one way, but if you know how to work the system, you can kind of work that way around scheduled trips through it. But that's down the line. So let's say you're going to be going up to Orlando from Miami. All right. Now, depending on your car and where your gas at, we're going to say gas in Florida is on average $3.70 a gallon for a price a gallon. Right now, depending on the size of your gas tank, that could be anywhere between, let's say, and how full your gas tank is, 26 to $90 just for gas. Okay. Now, I went on the SunPass website, and, if you're going to take the Turnpike, you're going to have to throw on toll. So, depending on where you're going, that could be, I did for here, so I'm going to do it for Palm Beach Gardens. From here up to the first available exit, which is the John Young Parkway, it was $10.10 for tolls. That's already almost the price of a one-way ticket for one person. Now, it's going to be about half a tank of gas getting up there, depending on how well your fuel economy is, mileage and tire pressure and all that. Something we're going to assume if you go up there, you're probably going to refuel on the way back or on the way down. Well, or even, top off. So we'll do it this way. We'll do it from $23 to $45. You're already almost out of the round trip ticket for one person. Now people are going to say, well, we'll just get on Amtrak for a cheaper price, take it up to Kissimmee. You're going to take about 5 hours because, no offense, Amtrak does not have direct service to Orlando. Stops in Kissimmee, so you're going to have to get out and get it anyway. They don't have priority routing on their routes. Brightline does. They're owned by Florida's Coast. So freight traffic is going to give way to the Brightline train, whereas Amtrak, it's got to wait for freight traffic to clear the line for them or to go. Okay? So that's already one more benefit. Secondly, we all live here in Florida. If you've never been to Florida, people are moving down here. It's a nightmare, especially traffic nowadays. People say, well, it's a 3-hour trip. It can be a 3-hour trip. I guarantee it's not going to be a 2.5, 3-hour trip because there's always going to be construction. There's always going to be some sort of accident. There's always going to be some backup either on I-95 or the Turnpike or on I-4 or any other route, the 528 or that route from Melbourne through Kissimmee and Orlando, which is always busy even on the weekends. that trip is going to make your time extend from 2.5 hours to 3.5 hours for it, depending on stops. Trust me, traffic down here stinks. With Brightline, you wouldn't have to worry about it. You could just hop aboard the train, sit back, relax, watch a movie on your phone, bypass all the traffic. All right? Well, people say, well, then you would have to rent a car. Well, if you fly on up here, if you take a, well, let me rephrase that. If you fly up here, if you're not from here, you're going to have to rent a car. But a lot of people don't rent cars down here. If they're going to, a lot of people that visit down here, going to Orlando, are going to the theme parks. So, again, this was just for simple purposes. Most people take ride shares. $45 to $116 for ride share. That's just from the airport to the resorts. And you don't even have to rent a car. Because renting a car, depending on where you go, can range from anywhere from $90 to $400. That's for your car rental for a week. People say, getting back to flying, people say, well, I'll just take one of those those regional flights that will fly out of Miami, Fort Lauderdale, or West Palm into Orlando. You still have to pay for the ticket. You have to pay for your suitcase to be loaded. So we're going to maybe add on some suitcase fees. $60. I'm just going to draw a number. $60 depending on what airline you fly. Okay? Good chance that you're going to be delayed. Your flight's going to be canceled. Or just be in Florida, you're going to not get off the ground because of the weather. All right? Parking fees. Disney got rid of their parking fees, which is great. It's free to park now if you're staying at a resort. But other places like SeaWorld, Universal, and all that charge for parking fee. Take the train, you don't have to worry about parking fees. We'll call it average $15 a day. You're staying there a week, 7 days, 100. $15 times 7, $105 parking fees for a week. On top of already what you're spending to go to the theme parks, which is probably about, we'll call off the top of our head number because I go to Disney a lot. $5,500 for a family of 4. Tell me it's not more economical to take the train. Finally, finally. I brought this up in one of my posts that I made. Security. You don't have to worry about getting through, waiting in long lines at airports or anything like that. You don't have to worry about your train being delayed unless idiot drivers in South Florida failed to realize that a train goes across the stop sign at 110 miles an hour. Across the tracks, at 110 miles an hour. Failed to stop for the gates. Again, how's it more expensive to go via on the Brightline than driving yourself, or if you take an Amtrak? I'm going to bring out one more point. Get from the airport to the resorts. Mirrors. That's what just a simple research. Mirrors. $19 per adult, $12 per child. Times 2, times 2. Times 2. Ready? 30. $60 for adults, 24, 48. 48. So the total is $108 for a family of 4 to take the shuttle to and from the resort. to and from the airport. Folks, yes, Brightline's expensive. I understand that. But I just showed you. It's more economical to take the train compared to what it would be if you had to drive up there and yourself in your car. You're saving mileage on your car. You're saving wear and tear on your car. You don't have to wait 5 hours to get up there via Amtrak. It would only take you 3. You won't risk being delayed or your flight canceled if you're taking one of these commuter flights. You're saving baggage fees. Brightline don't charge for baggage. Give Brightline a chance, folks. That's all we're asking as Brightline fans. I love the train. My son loves the train. Everybody loves the train down here. Yes, it's got a bad rap. That's because people don't know how to pay attention to stop signs or traffic laws. I'm telling you, it's worth it taking a train from South Florida to Orlando. I'm going to be taking it. I don't want to deal with the headache of driving anymore up to that route. I'd rather just enjoy the trip and relax going on my family's vacation. Okay? Any more questions? Feel free to contact Brightline at gobrightline.com or on any of their social media sites. All right? Have a good night, everyone.